Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. What shall I say? Every silver lining has a dark cloud. That is about how I feel. Look, I knew the house had a few roof leaks. The evidence of it was clear for all to see, and I accepted that for the price I got the property at, I will need to do some work. What I did not expect was that water would come through a wall on the one side of the house. It had rained on and off for nearly 4 days now, but the night before last it started raining relatively hard, and when I woke up yesterday morning, it was still raining at the same level. When I took Dragonman to school yesterday morning, we had to negotiate a couple of streams in the road. It stopped raining for about 2 hours, but started pouring again. Anyway, we have a ditch on the one side of the house that overflowed and the water came straight through the wall. I thought I was going crazy looking for the origin of the water until I lifted the curtain and found it. The gutter on the same side of the house also broke, and a good piece in front will also have to be replaced. I have nothing more to say. It literally never rains but pours. Suffice it to say, Harry's problems look and feel like a 3-year-old's nursery school brawl over a toy train. The media is obviously, and as always, playing right into Harry and Meghan's hands with their speculation. Oh yes, it's the security thing again. I predicted Meghan will use the Met Police issue as an excuse, didn't I? Well, I was right, wasn't I? And of course, she had been nagging Harry to make a statement, and like that 3-year-old crying and telling the other kid, if you don't let me have the train, I'm not going to share my cookie with you. Harry is now saying that unless the ruling in favour of the Home Office is overturned and they get police protection the moment they set foot in the United Kingdom, he does not feel comfortable bringing Meghan, Archie and Lilibet. This is becoming really stale. By December the 7th, 2023, there had been 630 mass shootings in the United States for the year. The deadliest mass shooting happened right there in Las Vegas, where Harry and Meghan went to watch the Katy Perry concert. A shooting leaving 50 dead and 500 wounded. When we look at gun-related deaths as a percentage of all homicides in the United States, it hits 80.5%, while England and Wales barely scratch the surface with 4%. But let's educate old has-been and never was a little further. The number of firearms per 100 residents in the United States is 120.5, with its closest competition being Yemen with 52.8 per 100 people. England does not even feature on the top 10 list. The United States rated number 1 on the list of the most mass shootings in the world, with England ranking only number 20 on the list. It does not matter what you look up. Gun violence, school shootings, homicides, assassinations. Of course, when we talk about assassinations these days, it includes organized crime, politically motivated killings, economic motivations, etc., etc. But again, the Americas, obviously North and South America, tops the list, followed by Asia, then Africa, then Europe. But even with all this information, Harry and Meghan still feel more unsafe in England than they do in America. It is just plain ridiculous. It is bloody obvious what they are trying to do. They are trying to get Charles to intervene by threatening that he won't ever see his grandchildren if he doesn't give them what they want. And then we all know that it's not really the Met security Harry and Meghan actually so desperately want, but the IPP status, which could and likely would follow royal Met protection. That is what they want. How do I know they're not really all that concerned about their security in Britain? Well, didn't Meghan wind down her window, likely a bulletproof window, so that she can be caught by the cameras during the Platinum Jubilee? Harry has been in Britain a number of times since they stepped back or stepped down or stepped further into the shit, not least of all when he came over to attend court. As a matter of fact, Meghan herself had been to England since they made themselves ineligible for royal protection. Remember when they popped in on their way to, I think, Germany, and again during the Platinum Jubilee, and again during the funeral? Has anyone threatened them with more than rotten tomatoes or a loud boo? No, they are not even worth getting into trouble for. This is just plain manipulation or an attempt at manipulating on their part. They want what they want, or else they will throw a tantrum, and likely a tantrum in their favourite publication. It is ridiculous. If that is how they feel, why don't they both stay away from Britain? And why don't they hand back those titles and bow out of the line of succession? The only time they may be in any danger is if something should happen and Harold becomes regent. It is the only time he will have any power, and as we all know, the majority of British citizens and the majority of citizens of the Commonwealth realm do not want Harry in any formal role anymore, and do not trust him. Put him in any official royal role now, and it would likely mean the end of the monarchy. As for Meghan, well, she is simply not liked. The things she said and done has surpassed the forgivable and has reached epic unforgivable proportions. They can just stay away and solve all their own imaginary problems. As far as the king not seeing his grandchildren, well, you can't miss something you never had, or somebody you do not know. Samantha Markle's attorneys filed an appeal against Judge Honeywell's dismissal of the defamation case against Meghan. You know what? I feel for Samantha, I honestly do. I understand her embarrassment, maybe better than any of you will ever know. And as much as I wish Meghan would just once get her comeuppance, just once be disciplined and brought to heel, I also wish Samantha would just give it up. I think in a way it would be even more embarrassing for Meghan if Samantha would turn around and say, "You know what, you snot-nosed nincompoop, you are not even worth fighting for or fighting over." Honestly, I think Mr. Markle and Samantha got the worst of Meghan's vitriol, and I almost feel that it is time they draw a line under Rachel Meghan. Relax and try to be happy regardless. Meghan is really not worth crying over. She is an empty shell, devoid of any normal human emotion. Anyway, guys, everything is now dried up. The sun is still a bit shy, but poking out in the distance, so all is well, and I'll see you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye.